The refugees arrived in silence. 30,000 lives drifting through space inside ships never meant to travel that far. Children slept on cargo floors. Mothers rationed water by the capful. And the battered convoy crept slowly toward the only star system that had answered their distress signal: Earth.
Open a direct channel. They're safe now. Bring every ship inside Earth's defense perimeter.
Archivist Marek Halden's voice would later describe the moment with quiet reverence. Humanity had not yet fired a single shot in that war, but that would change. The refugees came from the outer territories of the Kharvathi Dominion. Entire worlds had been stripped, cities dismantled, populations relocated to labor colonies. Anyone who resisted had simply vanished. Most species complied, but some ran. The convoy approaching Earth carried the survivors of 3 destroyed civilizations, and the Dominion had already sent ships to retrieve them.
Terran government, you have taken Dominion assets. Return them, or we will retrieve them ourselves.
High Executor Varketh had no interest in diplomacy. To him, refugees were stolen property, and Earth had just stolen 30,000 workers. Humanity responded the same way it always had, with diplomacy. Ambassadors opened negotiations. Aid ships delivered food and medicine to the refugees. Earth petitioned the Galactic Assembly for arbitration. For 6 months, humans tried to solve the crisis peacefully. 6 months of warnings, 6 months of threats from the Dominion, and 6 months of restraint from Admiral Elena Voss. But patience has limits, and the Dominion did not believe humanity had any. The breaking point came far from Earth, at a small Terran humanitarian station orbiting the neutral moon Kara 9. The station housed medical facilities, refugee processing centers, and diplomatic staff. It was unarmed, clearly marked, and broadcasting humanitarian status on every known frequency.
They attacked a medical station. Confirm civilian status.
3 Dominion warships arrived without warning. They didn't open communication. They didn't request surrender. They opened fire. The first volley tore through the station's medical wing. Thousands died before alarms even finished sounding. The report came seconds later. 21,000 dead. Doctors, children, refugees who had finally believed they were safe. The Dominion had broadcast the destruction across half the galaxy. A message, a warning. No one interfered with Dominion property. For the first time in the conflict, Admiral Voss did not request negotiations. Instead, she requested authorization. The Terran Council deliberated for exactly 7 minutes. Then they transmitted a single order: defend civilian life by any necessary means.
The Dominion crossed a line. We are not here for revenge. We are here to make sure they never do this again.
Human retaliation did not begin with rage. It began with mathematics. Admiral Voss studied Dominion logistics, supply corridors, shipyards, command relays. Within 48 hours, the Terran fleet moved, not toward cities, not toward colonies, but toward the machinery of the Dominion war machine. The first strike destroyed the largest Dominion shipyard in the outer territories. 300 warships were reduced to molten debris before their crews could even board them. Then Terran fleets vanished again and reappeared somewhere else. Another shipyard, another command hub, another military target. Never civilians, never cities, only the war machine. Panic spread through the Dominion. For the first time in their history, someone was dismantling their empire piece by piece.
Find them! Find the human fleet! Exterminate them all!
But the human fleet was everywhere. And nowhere. Within 3 weeks, the Dominion lost 72% of its warship production, 40% of its military command network, and nearly every strategic fleet. Human casualties remained minimal because Admiral Voss refused to fight the Dominion the way they expected. She fought them like a surgeon removing a tumor, carefully, precisely, relentlessly. The final battle came above the Dominion capital. Varketh gathered every remaining warship, thousands of vessels, the largest fleet the galaxy had ever seen. Admiral Voss arrived with far fewer ships, but she didn't need more, because every Dominion supply line was already gone. Their ships had fuel for only one battle. Varketh laughed. Then he ordered the attack. The battle lasted 9 minutes. When it ended, the Dominion fleet was gone. Not destroyed completely, but disabled. Every weapon system surgically neutralized, every engine disabled. Thousands of warships drifting helplessly in orbit. Human boarding teams secured the vessels. Dominion soldiers were taken prisoner, not executed, not enslaved, just disarmed. The war ended that day, not because humanity conquered the Dominion, but because the Dominion realized something terrifying. Humans could have destroyed them and chose not to. Archivist Marek Halden would later record the moment the galaxy understood humanity, not as conquerors, not as pacifists, but as something far more dangerous, a species that valued life until someone proved they didn't deserve that mercy.
Dominion Fleet. This is Admiral Elena Voss of the Terran Defense Fleet. Surrender your weapons, and no one else dies today.
And from that day forward, no empire in the galaxy ever again mistook human patience for weakness.